So, welcome to homework night of screencasting number 2. So the reason why we're watching screencasts back to back for homework is because ser and estar are two verbs that mean to be, but sometimes in Spanish we use the verb tener for that. And I know you're shaking your head going, whoa, wait a minute. Ms. Fossen, you told us that tener means to have, which it does. You use it to talk about having things. You use it to talk about having to do something. But there are some expressions in English that we use the verb to be. So we use am, is, or are. But in Spanish, you use the verb tener, to have, instead. And you just got to roll with it and memorize these special expressions, las expresiones con tener, because you're gonna encounter these sorts of expressions. So here's a review. Here are the conjugated forms of tener. Yo tengo, tú tienes, usted, él, ella tiene, nosotros or nosotras tenemos. They, of course, don't put the vosotros in there, but vosotros, vosotras tenéis, and ustedes, ellos, ellas tienen. This is a review verb for you. You should know this verb and be able to already conjugate it. So here are some of the expressions that are used with tener. The first one is tener años. And we would say in English, I am 14 years old. But in Spanish, you say, I have 14 years. So, literally you say, I have 14 years. And so, tener 14 años. If you wanted to say, I am 14 years old, I'm sorry, I had to shut the door to Ms. Christie's room because the custodian was coming in to vacuum. If you want to say, I am 14 years old, you would say, tengo 14 años. So in English, we use the verb to be. I am 14 years old, but in Spanish, literally what you're saying is, I have 14 years. This is review. We learned this like last week or a couple of weeks ago, using tener with the infinitive. I'm not going to talk about that because it still translates to have to. I really want to focus on expressions that we would translate to be. Tener ganas de. Feel like. I feel like. So I feel like, you use this with an infinitive. I feel like eating pizza. Tengo ganas de comer pizza. Pedro feels like not doing his homework. Pedro tiene ganas de no hacer la tarea. Make sure you're using that one with an infinitive verb. This one, though, doesn't translate am, is, are, or in other words, it's not using the to be form, it's using feel like. Okay? The rest of these, we would use to be in English. We would say, I am, you are, he or she is, we are, they are, etc. So, to be hot, to feel hot, to be hot, tener calor. I'm hot, tengo calor. Okay? Also, to be cold or to feel cold uses tener. So you don't say soy frío, you say tengo frío. You also don't use estar. Estoy frío. It seems like you would, because being hot and being cold are physical states. Right now, it's pretty warm in my classroom, so I'm hot. When the air conditioner is pumping out like crazy, I might get cold. And a little while later, I go outside, and I'm hot again. But you would think you would use a star, but it's just one of those expressions you have to know. Tener frío. Yo tengo frío. I am cold. To be hungry is also a physical state. Your body gets hungry. Then you eat something and it's full, and then eventually you're going to get hungry again. So it seems like this would use a star, but it doesn't. I am hungry. Tengo hambre. I'm hungry and I feel like eating spaghetti, like this guy here. Tengo hambre y tengo ganas de comer espaguetis. Being thirsty is also a physical state, so it seems like you would use a star, but you use tener. Tener sed. Yo tengo sed. Nosotros, when we run a lot, we get thirsty. We're thirsty. Cuando corremos mucho, tenemos sed. To be sleepy or feel sleepy is tener sueño. Okay? Mostly this is just memorizing vocab. It's not even a new grammar skill for you guys. It's more a vocabulary skill. To be in a hurry, tener prisa. Tengo prisa porque mi clase empieza a las 8:20 y son las 7:30. I am in a hurry because my class begins at 7:40 and it's 7:30 right now. Tener éxito, to be successful at something. Hopefully that will be MSU tonight. I need to go home so I can get ready to watch the basketball game. El equipo de básquetbol de la Universidad Michigan State tiene éxito. To be scared, tener miedo. To be lucky, tener suerte. These all work the same way. Tener razón, to be right. Literally, this one means to have reason. 2 más 2 son 4. Tiene razón. 2 más 2 son 3. No tienes razón. To be wrong, there's no word for wrong. So in order to say you're wrong, you have to tell someone that they don't have reason. No tener razón. You just put no in front of the form of tener. And that's basically it in a nutshell. I just wanted you to realize that some expressions require tener, and we use them in English. We use the verb to be in English, but in Spanish we use the verb tener. So that's it. You will end up having a vocab quiz on these expressions, but it will not be next class. We will need to do some practicing. So just make sure that you know if you want to make a flashcard set on Quizlet or you want to make flashcards for yourself, you are welcome to do that. Have a good night.